Hi, I'm Soy Gyoza, and for any Rioter seeing this, please go at this point in the video, cause I think this other half needs to be addressed. And for anyone else, I know this sounds insane, but let's start from the beginning. The 2xKO closed beta ended. I got plenty of materials, gathered my thoughts and delivered an honest review about the experience and regarding how noob-friendly 2xKO really is. It took me a bit of time to start working on the video though, cause of my work IRL, so I told myself, no biggie. It's true that tonight the game releases, but it's not like your video needs to be in time for that, since you are talking about the game in general and things will not change anytime soon. And boy, I was wrong. I streamed my first day and I soon realized that 50% of the troublesome things I wrote in my video were fixed. Not only that, but they were fixed with a solution that was similar to what I imagined in my video. Don't believe me? Look, I'll let you hear it. Here I was talking about the fact that the tutorial was a bit lackluster for the advanced mechanics, and here is my solution. What would they do is introduce the advanced mechanics as challenges, much like the tutorial where you had to block 3 times, and let you join the lobby after you completed a certain number of them. Also, these challenges should release some rewards if you complete them, like credits, so that the player doesn't feel like he's doing extra steps without gaining anything, and will more than likely do extra challenges unprompted and learn new mechanics just to get a cool hat or hairstyle. Seems familiar? They did exactly the same thing. It almost feels like I was heard by the Riot gods and they delivered. Honestly devs, you are seriously cooking if I can't even think of an issue that gets fixed before I even speak about it. But on a serious note, what do I do now? How can I publish the video since one of the 2 major issues I got fixed? Riot literally ruined my content without even noticing. From a player perspective, I'm not complaining, but still, now I'm left with nothing. Or am I? It's not entirely true. Remember, the devs fixed half of what I talked about, but the other half was still true, and even in a worse spot than before. Let's read it together. About pulls, I have some mixed feelings. On one hand, an auto-combo tool gives new players less things to think about by removing one of the biggest walls that makes this genre so niche, so they can focus on fundamentals and strategy without worrying too much. It also let them not get instantly stomped when a fighting game enthusiast approach, so they don't feel like they can't play and don't leave the game for something less frustrating. However, I think it sets a bad habit, makes players too reliant on it and doesn't let players understand that some characters are way more difficult to master than others, so whenever they will feel confident enough to stop using pulls cause they hit diamond or something, they could find themselves in the awkward spot of maining Yasuo and don't know what to do with him, while facing opponents way out of their league. So this will keep them stuck in a limbo where they are forced to choose to learn the game again from scratch while being miserable, or keep using pulls with the newfound knowledge that without it they can't play. It's the reason why I refused to use it in the first place. I don't think that a tool aimed to help new players should have the side effect of making them completely dependent from it, even though I don't really know what Riot can do to fix this. Another problem that I found with pulls is that it helps the new players that use it, but punishes the other new players that don't use it. You see, pulls was designed to not let newcomers feel less than your average fighting game enjoyer. But what happens when the pulls user finds a new player that doesn't use it? The skill level is on par, same for the understanding of the game, however, one of them has a literal cheat code that lets them connect every hit with perfect timing and the other doesn't. I swear the most frustrating matches of this beta were not against the veteran juggernaut Yasuo or Ahri that kills you in one single combo. It was against people that were as bad as me, to the point that I could point it out they were doing something bad and still feel like it was an uphill battle. It was not hopeless like with the veterans, I beat many of the pulse users, but I swear it was not a fun time. Not only this remains true, but now that the number of players is bigger, it became a lot worse. When I streamed the first day, my viewers saw it. There was only one dude in the span of 3 hours of gameplay that played without pulls. And it was a nightmare to try the new Warwick, understand his range and abilities, while the enemy can do 10 seconds of combo by just mashing one button repeatedly. Many of these players were way worse than the average I played with during the beta, so it's pretty normal that they will use the pulls. but the constant spamming of perfectly timed combos got the best of me. In fact, the stream was really poor quality in my opinion. At some point, after the 10th player in a row with pulls, I got frustrated and was not in a good mood. I started ranting. And I'm usually pretty chill and easygoing even when I lose. Who follows me knows it. But it comes a point where enough is enough. I know that combos aren't everything in a fighting game, but for a noob like me, having this kind of advantage, it's literally make or break, you know? So, I hope someone that works at Riot sees this video. This is part of the reason why I choose to title it this way, cause pulls needs to be fixed. It is too efficient, it does too much with too little effort, it is too convenient. I get the idea, but the experience is only frustrating for whoever happened to play against it and it's not a pro or an average fighting game player. This feature has the risk to turn people away from the game, and I love this game, I don't want it to become super niche. If you have any thoughts about pulls, let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear them. Thank you for watching, remember to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.